Welcome everyone. I'm here with Brad Pierce from Haven Home Staging, and we are going to talk about all of the benefits a home, condo, anything that you guys are trying to sell can value from staging. I've personally been working with Haven for about 10 years, and they have been a massive asset to my listing process, to my home sale process. I did talk about this in a couple of my calls. I use Haven on almost all of my listing presentations for a staging consultation. Brad, walk us through what a staging consultation is from your guys' perspective and the value it brings to the client.
Sure, absolutely. Staging consultations for us work both for vacant properties, but particularly for occupied properties. Really, we come in and we help to provide a short list of recommendations, organized room by room, and giving a short list and prioritizing those lists in terms of things to best prepare the home for its sale.
It's Brad says short list. It's super detailed, right? I mean, he gets down to the nitty gritty. He's talking about if there's boxes on the closet floors. You guys have been such a value add. So many of my clients have actually asked me, hey, can Brad come to my new house and help set things up? So they love working with you guys, and I've seen tons of value and a lot of repeat clients on both ends.
Right. Absolutely. No, it is. There is a lot of detail. We get both broad and small. Everything from changing out light bulbs to paint colors to rearranging furniture. Oftentimes, there's a lot of great things in a home, but it just needs a different home and a different setup.
Totally. The rearranging of furniture is my favorite. People will be like, man, why didn't we have Brad here years ago? This lives so much better. So yeah, they do a great eye. They look at rooms totally different than the average human and make things really cohesive, not only for photos, real estate photography, which is our main goal, but also for livability, and people just feel comfortable in the space. Now, let's talk about a vacant home. That's really like the value proposition you guys are bringing to a staging situation. What does that look like? To me, I walk into a vacant room and I'm like, oh my gosh, anxiety. How do I fill this?
Sure. Well, and that anxiety really, buyers have that same anxiety in terms of what a space will look like. Staging adds a lot of value when it comes to that space. We help to define spaces, helping to kind of show functionality, flow, helping to kind of highlight different areas. Oftentimes through vacant staging, if a property is dated or has a challenging space, we can help to elevate the space and give it a more cohesive look through the staging pieces that we put in. So we can staging will touch everything from single rooms up through a whole property,
Yeah.
and everything from furniture down through accessories, artwork, and smaller items too.
It is nuts to bolts, and it's actually counterintuitive. A vacant room looks smaller than a staged room.
Absolutely. I think, particularly we see that in bedrooms.
Yeah.
Bedrooms are one of those spaces where, buyers will come in and see a room and they're like, I can't fit a bed in there. And it turns out you can fit a queen or a king size bed and a desk and other items. So
I remember early in my career, I actually used blue tape at one point to map out a bed because someone was like, there's no way a bed fits. I was like, look at that blue tape. I measured it. So staging is a much better solution. I will absolutely agree. And as I advanced in my career, I saw tons of value. Brad, to his point, will do single rooms. If you're like, hey, we're on a budget, we just want to do a family room, not a problem. They have a menu style format where they're going to give you options on rooms, full house. It's a really great service. I will note, Haven and his team, Brad and all the other people there, only work in the city. We do have some referrals for the suburbs on MAR campus. Check out our vendor page. You'll find a ton of options there. Give us some data, right? I don't know if you can shoot from the hip, but an unstaged home versus a staged home, what are like sales times and ROI? What do you see?
Sure, absolutely. I mean, stage homes certainly sell faster and for higher dollar values. One thing that's really interesting too is when our business started over a decade ago, if you were staging, you were the exception. What's really changed is now you're the exception if you're not staging.
Yeah.
So to really be, to be ahead of the competition and to really stand out, that staging makes a big difference. For us, we see that the return on investment is huge with staging. For us, 18 days on market is an average market time for us in terms of the homes that we've staged. And so many of those properties sell at or above list price as well.
That's good data. And we always say data doesn't lie. So it's really important to get in touch with or actually pitch this with your sellers and have a conversation so you guys are helping kind of grease that wheel and Brad's not coming in and doing the full sales pitch. It really does add value to you guys' listings. Tell us about trends in staging and how you guys refresh your inventory.
Sure, absolutely. So keeping on trend is something that's more important than ever for us. So for us as a staging company, we really try to keep our furniture really on trend and complementing oftentimes the finishes that buyers are looking for. One of the things that's really great is through staging you can elevate a home and give it an on-trend look, even if the home isn't necessarily on trend. So a lot of times, if a property is dated, we can kind of help bridge that gap for buyers and see that that their home can truly be more relevant to them. But for us, we have over a 10,000 square foot warehouse of furniture that is constantly rotating and shifting with on-trend pieces. For us right now, in terms of trends, we see certainly color more present than ever in terms of some of the furnishing side of things. Lots of color, but
like the actual sofas.
The actual sofas and pillows and artwork is something that people are really kind of desiring that color. That being said, as you're probably seeing with properties, we're seeing the properties becoming more neutral than ever with white walls and things like that. Totally. So the staging can really help to kind of bring some of that life and color through the staging that we do.
Good point.
Color, curves tend to still, curves we see on trend. Biophilia, really bringing in plants and greenery into the spaces. Buyers are really looking more than ever to have the outside be inside, and then certainly home office spaces and work from home opportunities are another real thing. Trend.
Yeah. And I'm just curious personally, what do you guys do with your old inventory? Do you guys sell it? Is there a market for that?
We do sell some of the pieces. We donate to local nonprofits as well, and then we also try to really repurpose too. So some of our pieces might be as old as the business, but are on their third life in terms of being reupholstered, refinished.
Cool. Yeah, I love it. Thank you so much for coming out. I think we touched on a lot of great topics. You add a ton of value to my listing presentation, my listing process. I really value you guys. Sherry's the owner over at Haven. I've known her personally for 10 years and has had Brad on staff for how long? For
about 10 years.
So there you go. And we've crossed paths numerous times. So anyone you cross paths with at Haven is going to be a huge value to you guys. Their info will be on this video. Thanks again for coming out.
Absolutely. Thanks, Matt.